History is sometimes changed, not over centuries, not over years, but in just one single day. The year was 1757. The date, June 23rd. The place, Plassey, a small village in Bengal. At first glance, it looked insignificant, but on this soil, the fate of an entire subcontinent was decided. Standing on one side was Siraj-ud-Daulah, the young Nawab of Bengal. He was only 23 years old, but he understood one thing very clearly. The British East India Company had not come to India just to trade. They had come to rule. On Siraj's side stood nearly 50,000 soldiers, infantry, cavalry, war elephants, and heavy artillery. On the opposite side stood Robert Clive with barely 3,000 British troops. By every military standard, this battle should have been an easy victory for Bengal. But history does not always follow logic, because before the battle even began, its outcome had already been decided, not on the battlefield, but in secret meetings. Within Siraj-ud-Daulah's own army stood a man driven by ambition. His name was Mir Jafar. He was one of the Nawab's most powerful generals, but loyalty meant nothing to him. In secret, Mir Jafar made a deal with the British. If Siraj is defeated, I will be made the Nawab of Bengal. In return, you will control Bengal's wealth. At that moment, Bengal's independence was sold. On the morning of the battle, dark clouds filled the sky. Heavy rain began to fall. Siraj's troops believed this was their advantage. They thought the British cannons will be useless once the gunpowder gets wet. But they were wrong. The British had carefully protected their ammunition. The Nawab's army had not. When the rain stopped, British cannons roared across the battlefield. Panic spread among Bengal's troops. Siraj-ud-Daulah looked toward Mir Jafar's massive force, thousands of soldiers, but they did not move. No attack, no defense. Siraj sent messengers asking, "Why aren't you advancing?" There was no reply. In that moment, Siraj understood the truth. He had been betrayed. The battle did not last long. A massive army without unity quickly collapsed. By the afternoon, the Battle of Plassey was over. It was not truly a battle. It was the greatest betrayal in Indian history. Siraj-ud-Daulah fled the battlefield, disguised, hoping to escape. But fate did not spare him. He was captured. On July 2nd, 1757, Mir Jafar's son, Miran, gave the order, "Execute him." Siraj-ud-Daulah was brutally killed. That day, not just a Nawab died. The last real independence of Bengal died with him. Mir Jafar became Nawab, but he was never truly in power. He was a puppet. And the British East India Company gained everything: Bengal's treasury, tax collection rights, and eventually control over India. The Battle of Plassey teaches us a harsh lesson. An external enemy can only succeed when betrayal exists within. This single day in 1757 opened the door to nearly 200 years of colonial rule. So ask yourself, was Plassey really a battle, or was it the greatest betrayal in Indian history?